Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your girl, Becky D, live in the morning, 7 days a week at 7 a.m. I want to follow up my podcast, my talk yesterday, with another one today about mental health, but in a different aspect, and more than just mental health this time. I really want to talk about the fact that there is a whole, not say generation, but a whole gender out there who feels a little bit underappreciated, who feels a little bit like they aren't being recognized and they aren't getting, not necessarily gratitude, but they're not getting any type of acknowledgement, okay? And that's men, all right? Even if that's not your, born gender, or if that's just how you identify, you still classify in that department, okay? Or if that's how you classify. I'm not sure why I said not classify. If you still identify with being a man, okay? Especially coming off of International Women's Day is, Women's Month. We have, Mother's Day, and a lot of the holidays are geared towards what you're going to get your woman and all this stuff. And a guy, him and I was just talking, having casual conversation. And he says, there's never anything for the men. He's like, women get everything. And, and some women be like, oh, why are you complaining and this and that, and everything is for a man out there and we have to work. And yeah, okay, am I saying either side is wrong? No. I'm just saying that we need to really think about the men. Think about this, okay? A man is constantly told growing up that he is to be a man. And sometimes he's told that without knowing what that means. Sometimes he's just told, oh no, you're supposed to be the man. How you could be the head of the household? And so they look for examples. They look at their dad, they look at their stepdads, look at grandpa, uncle, whoever the case may be, deacon from the church. And sometimes, honestly, the portrayal is not good because probably that person had a bad example of what a man is supposed to be. You tell your daughters, hey, yeah, you need to marry a manly man. And, okay, what's a manly man? Like, can my man be okay with going to get his fingernails done with me? Like, I like a man that could go get a mani-pedi with me. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna look nice, he gotta keep his look up too. So we put this stigma on men that they have to be hard and stern all the time. And I was like, I know a few little boys right now, and they are very emotional, okay? And with the generation I grew up in, they would be really considered as sensitive, and unfortunately, they will call them gay and stuff like that. But I was like, not necessarily. I just tell them, I was like, you're emotional. I was like, you see women, and we get classified as emotional all the time because, let's just be real, we are. But for a man or a little boy to be able to be classified as emotional is 100% fine. They're still finding themselves. They're still figuring things out. They're reaching a frustration level because they know, I'm supposed to be a boy. I'm supposed to like doing something, but I probably don't. I'm supposed to, I'm supposed to live out this stereotype, but I don't. Okay. And that gets frustrating, y'all. That gets exhausting. It becomes a lot, especially on a kid. And so we have to keep that in mind when we're interacting with people, when we're acting with kids, that everyone's not the same, first of all. And then on top of that, we don't know everybody's background, okay? I know that, just like, my brother loved playing outside. He still does, probably. He has kids now, so he has no other choice. And I did too. So it's like we were always outside. We were always involved in some type of sports and everything. So people look at him as like, that's it. That's a standard example of a boy, like this and that. But there's some boys that don't so much like going outside. They don't like being in grass, and they don't like sports and stuff like that. That's still a prime example of a boy. Still a prime example of a man. And we are so stereotypical and cut and dry a lot of times of what a boy and a man should look like, okay? And, you know, people, and still to this day, I know people that say, I mean, I'm just saying that, you know, if they a man, they need to be acting like a man. Well, how does a man supposed to act? How is a woman supposed to act? Sometimes we get a little leeway in how we act. And, you know, I'm just saying, calling like it is, y'all. It's true, all right? It's definitely true. We get a little leeway. But, I mean, seriously, I just take a second and think about this. Like, let this hit you in all types of feels. If this does not upset you a little bit, then I don't think you fully listening. I don't think you really thinking this through. And if you ain't cut it off by now, then obviously you're interested in saying, what can I do? So what can you do? You can ask, you know, have a genuine conversation. This all ties back in communication with not only your kids, but your husband, your boyfriend, your friend, like, you know, whoever the guys are in your life. And just say, hey, I was really wondering, how are you doing today? And, you know, they might say, oh, I'm fine. Honestly, that's a typical guy answer. All right. It's a typical human answer, but more so it's a typical guy answer. And just like, no, but really, how are you? Like, is there something I can do to help you be you? We're all snowflakes in this world. No one person is the same. No two people are the same, okay? And that's what makes us great, all right? We tie so many things and try to gear it toward one gender or one race or one, like, age group or something, okay? People get shocked, especially when they see my plays or they listen to the music that I listen to, and they're like, but you don't know anything about that, you know, you not from that age group, and just going on and on. But I was like, to me, I'm sorry, age is nothing but a number. And on top of that, I mean, good music is good music, okay? Good decor and, like, things that I like is just things that I like, literally that. So how can you say what I'm supposed to like and what I'm not supposed to like? You don't have the room to do that or to make that decision or judgment, okay? So, ask them, like, hey, are you genuinely okay? Is there something that, you know, I can do to help you feel more comfortable around me? Something I can do to make sure that I don't push you into a stereotypical situation and let you just be you. Okay? Now, if he wants to, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good scenario, but I mean, all of them are already out there. Okay? Maybe your boyfriend, he's been, you know, trying to grow that beard out for you because he was like, yeah, you know, manly man, I saw, you know, he had a nice little beard on. And he's like, but I really don't like facial hair. Ask him, be like, hey, do you like the beard? If he says no, let him cut it off. It won't be the end of the world. And he can throw a lace front on anytime you feel like, you know, you want him to be dolled up with a beard, okay? Men spend about the same amount of time getting a haircut sometimes as women do getting sew-ins and relaxers and all that stuff and blowouts, right? Men take their time. They take pride in their appearance. So we shouldn't have to, you know, subject them to just one look and to one thing. We should say, hey, nah, take your time, babe. Have a man day or a spa day, okay? Think about all the things that are really geared to men. So, personal story here. Back in my hometown, South Carolina, when they first got a sports clip, I was excited because I was like, there's female barbers, okay? I was excited because I couldn't really find a female barber like that. I was like, these are female barbers, and I want to be a part of this. I want to go get my hair cut by a lady. So I go and I walk in, and I'm like, okay, there's TVs everywhere full of sports, and it says I can't remember their slogan, but it's pretty much like where a man could be a man or something like that. And I'm just like, but why? Is this why you have all women barbers? Because you want to draw in the men thinking that, that's where all your money is going to come from? And so, I went and got my hair cut. Unfortunately, she messed up my hair, and I tried another location and they messed up my hair too. And I was like, well, sports clips, you're not all that great. Not saying that it was, the women's fault. I don't think they had adequate training in what they were supposed to be doing. If you are a female barber out there, I am looking for a female barber to see, what she working with, what she could do on this head. I support women a lot. I support men as well. I've supported them for many years now, getting my haircuts. But I want to share the love to the women too. So I thought that was ironic, and I was like, y'all, okay? You'd be surprised the amount of men, and they don't have to classify as gay or anything like that don't want to look at women all the time. They genuinely love their spouses. They genuinely love their girlfriends or whoever the case may be. And they don't want to see your butt hanging out and your boobs all in their face as if you're at Hooters or something, okay? It's uncalled for. I went to Hooters for the first time in my life. It was a few years back. I had to go see what all the hype was about, okay? Because all they hear, I went to Hooters and this and that. Apparently they have good chicken. No. Somebody lied to me. Unless it was just the Hooters I went to. I was like, I think that I could probably get a job at this Hooters. Because just to face value, yeah. And we're gonna leave it at that. And then on top of that, I was like, these wings ain't even that good. I can cook these wings at home and probably get a better result. So, I mean, like, you have a whole, chain dedicated to that. The things we do in sports, I always found it ironic that a man can run around and he has a shirt off and he's just running and it's okay. As soon as a woman does it, it's like, why you got your clothes off? But she's okay to have her clothes off at a strip club because she's stripping for you, right? So we have to keep thinking about men. All right. Think about men on certain holidays. It's like, you know what? Let's make sure the man feels valued, the man feels appreciated. Have talks with your sons as they grow up that you're going to hear a lot of people say that this is how you should be and this is what you should and should not do. Like there's some playbook that you should be living by as far as being a man, and just have a genuine conversation. Or, if you need conversation starters about it, that's what I'm here for. Okay. We can definitely link up on some conversation starters and let them know that, typically this is what a man does. This is, just typically this is what the ideal is. Now, every man is different, okay? And every woman is going to be different as well. And some women, they're going to look for this ideal man, okay? And, you can say your father or whoever the case may be can show you what this man is going to look like and what this man is going to do. But then you have to find you and your comfort level, okay? And whoever you're dating or whoever you're going to think about marrying, just tell her, say, hey, babe, I know that some of the time you'll be looking for the ideal manly things. While I am a man, there are some things that I simply will not be able to live up to because I'm different than the stereotype. And if you're okay with that, I love you. And if not, I will still love you. I just know that you'll be disappointed in me at times. And just have that conversation. So, what do I want you to do today? I want you to go tell a man today that you love him. Tell him that you appreciate him. Say, you know what? I know women, we get a lot of holidays and stuff geared toward us, but you're as equally as important as we are. Okay? They wouldn't be called a helpmate if we weren't equal, if we weren't on the same level and wavelength. All right? Now, there's a whole lot of other things we could talk about that, but that's for a whole nother time. But today, go check in on your man friend, your boyfriend, your husband, or whoever the case may be, all right? But do it with love. My name is Becky D with Becky D in the Morning, and I'll talk with you in the morning.